Okay, I'm on the top of page 37 in your packet, and we're going to be talking about reciprocal identities. So reciprocal means you do 1 over whatever you're trying to solve. So if I have, let's say, x, the reciprocal of x is equal to 1 over x. So we've already talked about sine, cosine, and tangent, so we're going to go over reciprocals of that. So I'm going to do an example. Let's say sine theta is equal to 1/2. This is called cosecant, and it's labeled CSC. Sorry about that. So cosecant is equal to 1 over sine, and I'm using theta here as like an x. This is just like a random variable. It stands for the missing angle. So cosecant theta is equal to 1 over sine theta, or the reciprocal of sine. So if I want to find out what cosecant is, and I know sine is 1/2, then this is going to be 1 divided by 1/2. Now, if all these different dividing lines are confusing you, then just write it out as 1 divided by 1/2. And since I'm dealing with a whole number and a fraction, I'm going to put this whole number over 1. So now I have 1 over 1, copy, change, flip. So 1, I'm going to multiply straight across now. So 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. So 2 over 1 is equal to 2. Now let's do an example with cosine. Let's say cosine is square root of 3 over 2. This is a random example. This is called secant. So cosecant and then secant. Secant is equal to 1 over cosine. So if I want to figure out what secant is of this angle, I'm going to say 1 over the reciprocal of the square root of 3 over 2. So I'm going to write this as 1 over 1 divided by square root of 3 over 2. So then I'm going to do my copy, change, flip. So 1 over 1 times 2 over square root of 3. And now I'm going to multiply straight across. So this is going to give me 2 over square root of 3. Do not leave your answer like this. Why not? Because it's not formal to have square roots in your denominator. So what I have to do is I have to multiply the top and bottom by square root of 3. So this is going to equal 2 times square root of 3. I don't actually have to multiply it together because square root of 3, I want to keep that as an actual answer and not approximate it. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 would be the square root of 9, and the square root of 9 is 3. So this would be my final answer for the secant. So let's do an example with tangent. Let's say tangent theta is square root of 2 over 2. So that means if I'm trying to find cotangent, I'm going to have 1 over tangent, the reciprocal of tangent. So doing this example, I'm going to have 1 over the square root of 2 over 2. So I'm going to divide this 1 over 1 divided by square root of 2 over 2. So I'm going to do my copy, change, flip. 1 over 1 times 2 over square root of 2. Multiply straight across, and I get 2 over square root of 2. Remember, I cannot leave radicals in my denominator. So I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by square root of 2 to get rid of it. So this is going to give me 2 square root of 2, and 2 times the square root of 2. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4. And square root of 4 is 2. So now what's going to happen? These are going to cross out, and my final answer is the square root of 2.
Last call for the boys, last call.
All right, so part A, we're going to skip part C here. So 2 different steps to how to evaluate. Draw the rotation and identify the quadrantal angle. and determine the basic ratio. If it is a reciprocal, flip the fraction. Do your copy change flip. Sweet.